Okay, it actually skipped. Anyway, so oh, it's a Treyu 2323 again. All right. I mean, not I don't mean that like that. It's a great name. Anyway, so uh, they uh, they said this is a great way. I haven't done this one before. This sounds interesting. Have him know your friends from before, right before he meets you. Um, that's a really good one. That's a really good method. I mean, it would have to be like what? Like, I mean, if you knew them when you knew them, I mean, that wouldn't fit because like then you would have known him then. You didn't, so that doesn't make any sense. It's not someone that they knew from before. In that regard, it would be that he just happened to be around them one day. I mean, not that it would be random otherwise. Like there'd be a normal reason. Like he'd be hanging out with someone who was hanging out with them, and it would be normal at that point that he'd be hanging out with that person. But from another perspective, that I don't know. Anyway, that sounds like a pretty good coincidence to have happen. Tricky, not really sure that I would be able to do that on my own. Granted, I think I would. I don't know. That'd be interesting. I think I know how it would work out if I tried it. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, so those are some of our international suggestions, methods to run into this person by accident, out of nowhere. Provoke a kind of like a demon attack. Dream about him in a mystical way years before. Have him know your friends before he knows you. So as a result of all this, though, by the way, he's going to vanish effectively. Not actually, like other people are going to exist. His existence is not going to be like imperiled or anything. Like, it's not going to be like mysterious, like he was abducted or disappeared. It's just going to be, he's just going to suddenly, not really talk to you anymore. Which, you're going to dwell on and think, oh, it's my fault. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, because of this, though, you're going to have to go on an adventure. Not necessarily to find him. We don't want to presuppose that in advance, but at least to figure out what you should do about the fact that it happened that way. Because, I mean, you could be like, well, did it mean anything for me to meet him then? Like, did it matter? Why go through all the trouble of living my life waiting for that moment to happen and then have it happen and then just be like, oh, it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not saying that it has to work out the way that I expected, but at least given my deeper integrity, I would think, first of all, it would be fair at least for me to know why, if that was the thing. I don't know. Again, no presuppositions, more than are needed for the conversation. So anyway, like I said, he's going to disappear. You're going to have to go on an adventure to figure out why. Now, this is where you're going to bring in your continuum hypothesis. Okay, so again, the continuum hypothesis, it says, Aleph is a symbol for infinity. So that means 2 to the power of the first type of infinity, which is symbolized Aleph 0, equals the second type of infinity, Aleph 1. And so the 2 to the power of any type of infinity with like normal numbers like 0 or 1 or 2 or 3, whatever, equals the infinite number that is right after the one that you took to the power, or took 2 to the power of. So it just like that's just is a map of like normal succession between forms of infinity. That's what this says. If that makes any sense. So the reason why though is because 1 to the power of Aleph 0 just equals Aleph 0, I think, or it might even just equal 1. So that's an interesting case. But I was right. There was a spider. Haha. Anyway, so 2 to the power of Aleph 0, we know for sure is bigger than Aleph 0. We know that for some reason it goes way beyond that, because we know that the continuum, as they call it, which is what 2 to the power of Aleph 0 goes to, we know that the continuum, whatever that really means, ultimately, the set of all the non-repeating decimal numbers, basically, 2 to the power of the first infinity goes to that. The idea being we could do 10 to the power of the first infinity for the 10 digits of the decimal